What's up guys, Meredith with AmericanTrucks.com, and today we're checking out the Chrome OEM style steel rear bumper shell that is pre-drilled for backup sensors and built to fit all 2009 through 2018 Ram 1500s with the factory dual exhaust system. Now this will be for you if your current bumper shell is damaged or showing its age and you're looking for a well-built and more affordable way to refresh the rear end of your truck. This is great if you would rather stick to more of that street style OE appearance rather than a heavy duty option that may cost you a little bit more and specifically want to match with other chrome accents on your Ram. Now bumpers, especially on older Rams, can chip, they can fade, they can get scratched up and simply just not look great, and that's where this comes in. Now this will feature just the shell mounting over your rear bumper frame and working with all of the plastic components that are currently on your truck, and this is going to offer that polished chrome styling, really blending well with other factory chrome components. Now again, I think that this is going to do a fantastic job at refreshing and elevating the appearance of your Ram without completely replacing your rear bumper. This is made of a steel construction, being durable, however, being a bit thinner than a heavy-duty option. It's not going to be heavy and weigh down the back at all. This shell will also accommodate the factory license plate, the lights on the side for the license plate. You're going to get a cutout for the hitch plug. This will have factory-style cutouts for the dual exhaust system, and of course it is going to be pre-drilled for those backup sensor holes, so you're not going to have to compromise any factory features when upgrading to this rear bumper or this rear bumper shell. It's going to be bolt on and very straightforward when it comes to the install. This will come in at roughly $400, putting this at a pretty affordable price point when upgrading the rear bumper. Now again, this is going to be more of an appearance refresh rather than a structural refresh, considering it only consists of the shell, but will be more than enough to revive the appearance of your factory setup. Now a lot of other options available in the category will take that off-road or super heavy-duty approach, as to where this is going to be simplistic, stylish, and will still be incredibly functional. Install will be a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter and should only take you about 30 minutes to get the job done with some fairly basic hand tools. Now at this point we can head over to our shop and check out a detailed breakdown on how to get this onto your Ram at home. So that is going to wrap it up for my review. Let's go ahead and jump into the install.
For this install you need a 3/8 impact, a 3/8 extension, a 15 and a 10mm socket, needle nose pliers, and a clip removal tool. Alright, today we're going to be installing a rear bumper shell on our Ram. So first we're going to watch a quick video of how to uninstall a stock one, and then we'll come back here to install the new one.
All right, so the first step in our uninstall is to remove the license plate itself because there are 2 bolts behind it. We're going to grab a 10mm socket or whatever hardware is holding in your license plate. Let's get this removed. Now you can see the 2 15mm bolts behind the license plate. We're going to grab a 15mm socket and remove these. Now we can unplug the harnesses, starting with the license plate lights. Go ahead and pull back on the red tab, press down on the black tab just in front of it, and release it. There is your trailer plug right behind that. You might have a little trouble seeing it. Press down on the tab and pull it off. Don't forget the license plate light on the other side. Pull back on the red tab, press down on the black tab, and remove it. Next up, we're going to remove 2 15mm bolts holding on your bumper. Grab your 15mm socket and get these removed. Now you can repeat that on the other side. Make sure your bumper is supported, especially when you go to take out the last hardware. All right, so now that all your hardware is removed, what we're gonna do is grab a friend for this step just to help you out. We're gonna lift the bumper up slightly and out off the truck.
All right, now before we install our new bumper, what we need to do is we need to swap some stuff over. So we need to swap our plastic trim and our brackets on the backside. So we're gonna start by taking off our plastic trim. We have 2 push clips right here and here. Try and grab our clip removal tool and pop those out. All right, now we can flip our bumper forward and we can work on underneath it getting this black trim off. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna take our tag lights out. So we have our 2 metal brackets here. They just hold them in. So we're gonna grab our clip removal tool and just pry up on them. And they will fall out of the bumper. Don't worry about scratching them. The new bumper comes with new tag lights. All right, and then we're gonna work on getting our plastic trim off now. All right, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna grab our needle nose pliers, and we have these plastic tabs going all the way across. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna scale on the back side of them, squeeze it together, and push it through the bumper a little bit. There's also a little tab here that you can lift up on each side. And you're just gonna work your way all the way across, pushing these tabs out. There are a couple tabs underneath this bracket and in the middle here too. All right, once you got them all released, you can just pull your black trim off. All right, now we just need to take this bracket off of each side. So they're the same thing on either side. So we have 15mm bolts here, here, one under here, and one here, and then 3 10mm bolts here. So I'm gonna grab our impact with an extension and a 10 and a 15mm socket. Take your brackets out. Then you should repeat the same thing for the other side. All right, now that we got our new bumper here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna install our brackets onto our new bumper. So we have our big bracket here with our bigger bolts and put them into place with our 15mm nuts. All right, we can get them tightened down with our impact and 15mm socket and extension. All right, and then we have our smaller bracket, which will go like this. These 2 holes here, this one here. All right, just make sure that this bracket does sit over top of the other one. All right, we grab our impact with our 10mm socket and tighten them down. All right, now you can repeat the same thing for the other two brackets on the other side. All right, now we're gonna put our plastic trim into place. We're just gonna set it over top and just give it a light tap all the way across to secure our locking tabs into our bumper. All right, and once you have that secured, you can put your two plastic push pins back in. All right, now that we got our cover on, we can just reinstall our trailer hitch connectors. So just have this at the bottom and just slide it in and it'll lock into place. And now we can install our tag lights. All right, so now we're gonna put our tag light in, just find out which one is the driver and passenger side. It's gonna fit in the bumper like so. This spring clip is gonna go on this side of the metal and lock behind those two tabs right there. You may need to push it in just a little bit just to get those tabs exposed. All right, just push it down, make sure it's secured, and do the same thing for the other tag light. All right, and as you can see, our bumper is drilled for backup sensors. Our truck does not have them equipped, so now would be a good time if you do have them to swap them over. Otherwise, you could just get some caps to plug them up so you just don't have open holes in the bumper. All right, and now we're ready to install the bumper back onto the truck. All right, now we're just gonna set our bumper into place. We're gonna start our 2 bolts here just to hold it in place while we go underneath and secure our other 4 bolts and then our wiring.
Now we are going to screw in our 2 15mm bolts to hold the bumper in place, and then we can go underneath and reinstall our 15mm bolts on either side and reconnect our wiring.
All right, so now we have, on the inside of the bumper, we have our 2 15mm bolts that we took out. So we're gonna thread them in. And you can grab your impact and 15mm socket and tighten them down. All right, you do the same thing for the other 2 bolts on the other side. All right, now we have to plug our wiring back in. We have our trailer hitch components. You're not gonna be able to see where it plugs into, but just plug it back into where you took it out. And then we have our tag lights. So pull the harness down, click it, secure the locking tab, and then you can do the same thing for the other tag light on the other side. All right, and last we just have to tighten our 2 15mm bolts behind our license plate. All right, and once you're done with that, you can just put your license plate back on with whatever hardware you took it off with. All right, and that wraps up our install of our OEM style steel rear bumper shell, pre-drilled for backup sensors, chrome for our 2009 to 2018 Ram 1500 with factory dual exhaust. And remember, for everything Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.